Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome to what is one way or the other going to be the final episode of Pacific Drive. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to find our way to and approach the well, and there's basically nothing else to do, so we're going to accept it. I don't have absolutely everything unlocked for the car or the garage at the fabricator. There's still some things that require a ridiculous amount of resources. But after the near disaster in the last episode, I am going to take the limb shield along with me this time. Whether I remember to actually fit it to the car before driving into the well, whatever the hell the well ends up being, is another matter entirely. The car is about as prepared as it's going to be, at least not without spending days farming hundreds of marsh eggs and thermosat crystals in order to unlock the last few bits at the fabricator. So I guess we're just going to get this show on the road, cross our fingers and hope for the best. The route that I'm taking, thanks to the highway bypass module, is going to allow me to stick to the highways for most of this trip, allowing me to skip pretty much all of the outer zone, mid-zone, and some of the inner zone junctions on the way to the well. Which is great, because if not for that highway bypass, this journey would take hours just to get to the inner zone. So from here, following the highways, I can head straight to junction A3, and from there it's a short hop to the well. I still have to actually travel along the highways, but highway journeys are easy. There's just one road. So for example, this stretch of the highway takes us through the outer zone, and it's literally, there's one road from the start to the end. The only downside, and I have mentioned this before, while taking these highway bypasses, it does save you a lot of time, but there's very little resources and there's absolutely no anchor energy to be had on any of these highway bypasses. But I mean, this isn't exactly a resource run. And I'm reasonably sure, because it tends to be the case with the story missions, that you don't actually need the anchor energy. There's an automatic portal that tends to open up at the end once you've completed the objectives to take you back to the garage. Whether or not we're actually going back to the garage at the end of this, because this is the final mission in the game, I don't know. So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to need any portal energy. But I guess we're going to find out. I mean, when I get to my destination, if there are any anchors available to be uprooted while we're there, I'll definitely grab them. But I'm just hoping I'm not going to need it. But yeah, if you're planning on farming resources or anchor energy, don't use the highway bypass, because, I mean, it's not that there are no resources along these highway routes, there's just not a lot. Although the one thing that you do tend to find a lot of are harder vehicles, things like squires, fuel tankers, investigator trucks, which are usually worth stopping to plunder, and harder box trucks, which tend to have... what's that? That's an harder investigator. Might as well take a look. But the box trucks tend to have cosmetics, things like dashboard accessories, the sort of stuff that they're not actually that easy to come across. What do we got here? Off-road tyre. Do I have a liberator? Oh, you know what, let's just see what's in there. Oh, yeah. An insulated panel. I don't think I'll bother with that, but I'll take everything else. You can also salvage these things for whatever fuel's in the tank. But at the moment, it's not like I really need it. If you have the Liberator tool, you can actually blow off things like the doors and the wheels and the panels. And I don't have a Liberator tool. Okay. Well, whatever. This is fine. Dump everything in the trunk. Let's get to the end of this junction. I think I did actually pass a box truck at some point along the way here, and I just didn't bother. But if you're after farming cosmetics for the car, those are the best source. There's probably some resources in the buildings along the way, but you're probably just looking at things like plastics and cloth. I mean, stuff that you at this point you're going to have hundreds of. And that was a highway bypass, and that's probably saved me about an hour of journey time through the outer zone. The highway bypasses are all very similar, however, so I'm not going to show you them all. We're just going to skip straight to our destination at the inner zone junction. And here it is, junction R2, the well facility in the Red Spires section of the inner zone. However, I have developed a problem along the way. The high capacity battery in the back seat is a little bit buggered.
This is really it, huh? The end of the road.
Soon we'll finally see for ourselves what caused the mass hallucination, and what Tobias and Alan died for.
And whether it was all worth it.
And break the connection between me and the Remnant. Remember that part, so it doesn't drive me insane? That's fairly important too. I just thought I'd mention it, because it sounds like everybody forgot. Yeah, I'm going to have to ditch this battery. Because it's electrifying the car and we're taking damage from it, so... I may as well scrap it. Yes, I know I'm scrapping a crafted item. But, you know, scrap, copper, it's all good stuff. Oh, and plasma cells. Nice. Okay. Just gonna have to wait for that to take care of itself. I can't fix it while it's charged. So what's that done to my battery power? 78.9. Not good. Hope it's going to be enough. Running the headlights, that's draining the battery.
Francis,
Yeah?
thank you for trusting me when you had every reason not to. Getting to this point together with you, it makes me feel like my old self again.
It's been an honor to watch you work, Dr. Turner.
If it was daylight, the solar panels would be recharging the battery. If it was raining, the hydro generator would be... What the hell is that? I think that might be the well. And it looks kind of angry. Shit.
These gamma readings, are they real? I can't even begin to guess what could be outputting this much radiation.
Some sort of energy reservoir, a massive fission reaction, or
A portal.
Atlantis. If this thing really leads us to Atlantis, I'm turning in my PhD.
God, if only Tobias were here to see it.
I would have liked to hear his take on all this. For once.
Yeah, Tobias would have said it was Atlantis. But hang on a minute. I'm eating bitter. Gamma radiation? Readings off the charts? That's really bad, isn't it? Oh well. There's only one way to go here. I can't really deviate from the route. Although I am going to have a quick look at the car. That's an Arda Squire. There's usually some good stuff in there. Ah, well, yeah. I don't even know why I'm stopping to bother picking this stuff up, because if this is it, if this is the end, I'm not sure what use I'm going to have for it all. Oh, okay, good news. The door at the back has lost its charge, it's no longer taking damage. Battery's looking alright. But I am not liking the look of that.
All right, driver. You're almost to the threshold. Remember, Francis and I have got your back. Once you get that car to the well, we'll keep the gamma ray burst under control for as long as we can. Whatever happens, whatever state you find yourself in, the arc device will be your safety net. Use it. Get back to us, you hear me?
Ready when you are, driver.
Okay, well, this is... Yeah, there is a box truck there. No, I don't care. I'm driving into that extremely angry looking thing. Alright, let's go. Oh, I forgot to attach the limb shield.
Godspeed, driver.
It'll be fine. And here we go. We're going somewhere. I don't know where. Okay. Not what I was expecting.
Hoppy? Hoppy!
Did it work? What's the energy output? Damn it, Alan, I'm fine. Light nearly blinded me. Can you read it?
Yeah, let me see. 500 kilojoules? Hoppy, what is this?
The future. I call it limb waves.
So that sounded like a much younger.
Coffee delivery.
Alan, gosh.
Yeah.
Is it that time already?
So, about leaving Arda. I was thinking, how about by Christmas?
Yes, maybe. I just need to solve this instability issue. I loathe to think about leaving the Olympic Peninsula like this.
Yeah, there's always more to do.
I know. I'm sorry.
And I love you for it. I'm just wondering if you'll really be able to walk away from all this. It's okay if you can't.
You abandoned the world to work here beside me. Fair is fair.
Len Tech is a world-changing discovery. Your world-changing discovery. Fairness isn't even a consideration.
We agreed to have children, and I'm not having them in this hellhole.
Good, because I'd love to have 8.
Then I hope you're ready to carry at least half of those yourself.
I love you.
I love you.
Wow. Hoppy was an actual real person.
Tobias, the movers are here. Wait, why aren't you packed?
I ain't going.
The evacuation orders.
Evacuation orders can go to hell. We leave and we never see the inside of these walls again. All the things we've been investigating, the ripple, the echoes from the swamp, they'll all fade away. I'm gonna stay and chase down these stories, wherever they take me.
Tobias,
Stay here. With me.
Alright. Call me slow on the uptake, but I never actually realised until now that Tobias and Francis were a couple. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but, well, you know, I'm crap.
you here to quote?
I'm here to deliver the committee's decision. You have been found guilty of doctoring experimental data. This action is in clear violation of Arda's scientific integrity. Judgment has been rendered. You may stay and work, but your clearance will be lowered to level 3.
So I'm to be a glorified flask cleaner.
Take it as a win. You could have been court-martialed instead.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have liked that much better.
What I like has no bearing on this decision. See you on Monday, Dr. Cook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Francis fiddled his experimentation results in order to extend his funding.
Driver, do you read me?
Driver, you passed through some sort of opening. We managed to hold it steady, but the energy expulsion is growing. We don't have much longer.
If you can hear this, you need to get back now.
Well, I'm kind of...
Hey, look! The gang's back together!
Wait,
Tobias?
what?
I never told you how grateful I was that you stayed behind in the zone. With me. These years, best of my life. Foraging for mushrooms, slogging through swamplands, combing through hours and hours of terrible field recordings. Not a single moment wasted. Thank you. For everything.
It was all you. You made me feel capable. That anything was possible. That I wasn't some second-rate scientist. All my happiness was thanks to you. And I'm afraid of how I'll survive without you.
I'm not. You got this. You always have. Hey, Oppie. Alan sends his regards. And he wants to know why you haven't taken his advice yet.
Wait, what? So, they're not... I mean, they died.
Driver, is that a gumbaroo on your dash? No, I'll be damned. Bye. Until next time.
Tobias? Tobias!
Driver,
Yeah.
if you can hear this, we can't keep the well stable for much longer. Wherever you are, come back.
And yet they're not dead. They're in the well. So that's what happened to everybody who died during the event. or who dies in the zone, because Tobias didn't die in the event. Oh, this is all starting to get way too metaphysical. But that means that Oppie's husband, Alan, he's still in here somewhere? Well, whatever. I need to get out of here. And I hope they oh, great. No map. Well, there's some sort of energy column on the road up ahead. I'm going to have to just assume that that's it. Because I don't have any anchor energy to open a portal myself, and even if I did, the map isn't working, so I couldn't actually pick a portal location from it. I mean, it seems like there's only one way to go. Oh, I'm going to grab a speed boost here.
Keep those limb bases alive. Not even a .001 deviation.
Oh, that might have been a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, that was not a good idea. Should we try it again? No, let's not. Let's just get out of here. Oh, shit. Man, these puncture-proofed... Oh, I'm going to go airborne here. There's no way of avoiding it. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh. Oh, I forgot to attach the limb shield. Oh, shit. Here it comes. I could have really used the limb shield right about now.
The airfield is wobbling, hopping. Anything we can do to stabilize things on your side?
I'm punching it as hard as I can.
I've kind of damaged the engine as well. Oh, worst possible time for this to happen. No. Dust bunnies. They're radioactive. Oh, shit. I think it might have been a good idea, just for this particular journey, to fit the off-road tyres. Because this is really bad. I can't afford to stop forever with this. Ah, no. Yeah, all-terrain or off-road tyres. Oh no, I don't want to hit that. Oh shit, I hit it. Oh, this is bad. This is... Right. Oh!
I can't. The face, it's de-sinking.
Driver, punch it. Go.
Nobody saw that, right? It's gonna be fine. I'll take that boost though. And that one. Trying to hold it steady, and it looks like we're going to live. Although, where we're going to end up is anybody's guess. Oh, we're back at the garage. Not what I was expecting.
You made it back, driver. All in one piece, it looks like.
And no sign of the Remnant's energy signature anywhere in that car. You're free.
But the car's maintained its link to you. Fascinating. We'll never know how far the Remnant's obsessions wormed into your head, but you should be safe from it getting any worse. In theory.
Oppie, I'm sorry. You didn't get to talk to Alan again.
We managed to pull off the near impossible. And the first thing you do is apologize?
Sorry. I mean,
Don't worry, it was Tobias's fault. He hogged the frequency all for himself yet again.
you heard him too.
I did. That means I didn't imagine that last conversation with Alan. And you know what else?
What?
That your theory was right. And Tobias called it. All that bluster, and he ended up showing us scientists a thing or two. Those moments we heard, they were all from the past. Being inside that well somehow allowed the Remnant to access those imprints and replay them. But Tobias's voice wasn't from the past, it was from somewhere else entirely.
But where? And how?
No clue. Do me a favor. Once you figure it out, don't bother telling me. I'm leaving the zone.
I'm sorry, what?
Alan came to tell me goodbye, and that I was forgiven 37 years ago. I didn't listen. So now, finally, I'm going to take his advice. I should have left the zone a long time ago.
But if we solve this, maybe there's a way to speak to him again.
I heard what I needed to hear. It only took me 37 years to listen. Anyway, all that sounds like a young scientist game. It's not for me anymore. Francis, you decide what to do from here. You can carry the torch and continue the research, or get out of this cursed place and find your own way. It's your decision. And And driver, you're free now. You can do what you want from here. But if you'll allow an old woman one last hope, stay here with Francis. There's so many more stories for the Zone to tell. And the both of you are young enough to listen. My ears are bad. And I refuse to hear them. I've removed all access restrictions to my systems, Francis. The helm is yours.
Wait, I don't know if I can do this alone.
You're not alone. You've got clear eyes, ears open to the impossible, and the driver. Dr. Cook, driver. It's been a pleasure. This is Dr. Ophelia Turner. Signing off.
Oppie? Oppie! Really? Well, driver, if you don't mind sticking around with me, Oppie was right. There's still so much of the Zone that we still don't know about. But with your help, we can tell those stories. I'm no Oppie, but I'll do the best I can. You're no longer bound to the car, but it's stayed with you and will continue to protect you as you travel the Zone. Go on then. As long as you're willing to drive, I'm along for the ride.
And that, kids, was Pacific Drive. You know, I've really enjoyed playing this game. For me, though, it's one of those games where the journey was better than the destination. Because the ending, where you just kind of run around in circles and listen to voices from the past, I mean, it ended, it was definitely an ending. But it was a bit, I mean, I don't know what I would have done different in order to give the game a better ending than what it had, but then again, that's not my job, is it? So I'm off the hook on that one. I did enjoy playing, though, and you can continue playing from here on in, although there's no direction to it, and if there are any, well, projects at the fabricator that you haven't yet unlocked, you're entirely free to continue driving around the Zone, farming resources and unlocking the final few bits and pieces at the fabricator. And I did do that for a couple of hours after the conclusion of the main story. I managed to unlock the repair station to fix the car up automatically when it got back from a trip. But with the absence of any sort of guiding narrative, you know, no mission, no objectives, eventually I just kind of failed to see the point. Which is a shame. Because I felt like the game deserved a better ending than it had. But again, it's one of those things where the destination wasn't as interesting as the journey to get there. Because I did enjoy playing the game, it's just a shame the ending was a bit, well, you know, So anyway, that was Pacific Drive. It has been fun, and while it hasn't been the most popular video series on the channel, those of you who have watched it definitely seem to enjoy it. So we'll be back next time with something completely different. I've got the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel in the pipeline, but before that I think we're going to be dipping our toes into Little Kitty Big City, which is a game that I've had on my Steam wishlist for at least 3 years, and it finally came out this year, and it's an absolute joy of a game to play. So that coming up the next time. In the meantime, hope you've enjoyed this one, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.